Hey everyone, it's Marianne from the New York City Organization of Public Service Retirees. I want to read you just a couple letters. I'm going to try to keep doing a few of these little short ones just to read because there's a lot of letters from retirees that I think people need to hear. This one says, New York City Organization of Public Service Retirees. This is the fourth $100 check from my wife and I. Keep up the good work. I used Moffitt for major surgery last November at no cost to me. When I was an active member, it was an unbreakable principle. Never give back what you earned, often by sacrificing wage increases. Today's union leadership reversed that standard, decimating the retiree health fund in return for raises, an infidelity that dishonors current union leadership and forever questions the promises made to union members. Jim, retired inspector, NYPD. We've been saying this for a long time. Promises made, promises kept. Unions should never negotiate away a retiree's benefit. You open the door to continuously negotiating away retiree benefits, and you impair the very people that don't have a say in the process. And once you give back something, you will never get it back. Next letter. Dear group, I am so sorry I haven't donated in a while. Much has been going on. I've had a breast lumpectomy in December. All is okay now. I've had knee replacement now on March 27th. I've been seeing a doctor for anxiety and depression because of this entire situation. I am on 3 different medications for my mental health. And all I can say is, the most important omission is the name of this plan. Without it, we can't ask our doctors if they'll accept it. I helped 2 women in the late 80s, and the other is 92. How can they find doctors? I appeal to you to sue if the MLC wins. Please promise me that you will. I'm ashamed to be a UFT member. Denise, retired UFT teacher. You know, this is painful to read because the one thing that the active unions, who you guys are young, you're 30s, 40s, you don't get, is what the struggles of someone in our generation has to go through. All you think about is you. You don't think about how someone who's by themselves, who hears a group of senior ladies helping each other because they don't have anyone to help them. These are people who are not on the internet because they could have emailed us, but they wrote us a letter. Who you trying to screw them into a plan, who really don't have any way of understanding what the heck is going on because everything you do is virtual. They can't get out of their home to go to a in-person event either. They don't have a way of looking anything up. We have another letter from someone who tried to explain that they have vision impairment. They really can't see the computer. They don't have a computer, they have a cell phone. They use the cell phone for emergencies. They don't have an iPad, and they don't really go on the internet. So they wrote us a letter asking us to help them. And what we did was created a circle of people that could actually help. Because you chose to take our healthcare plans away at a time when we are our most vulnerable and needed them most. The one thing that we have to worry about is our health. You have a million other things to worry about. That's the last one thing that we have. And by putting this burden on people is a disgrace. The United Federation of Teachers, you really deserve most of the disdain here. We watched your UFT RTC meeting the other day, and for those of you that don't know what that is, it's the United Federation of Teachers RTC Retired Teacher Chapter. They held an in-person meeting that about 100-ish people showed up to, and then they also streamed it on Zoom. The meeting was chaos. They didn't disable the doorbell, so every time someone came in and out, you heard the doorbells. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, all afternoon. They never muted anybody, so all you could hear is each other, not even the speaker from Aetna. And the look of fear on these seniors' faces is absolutely despicable. And I'm going to post that just so you could see what you did to those people. This is why you are supposed to be negotiating for the active worker, not senior citizens who don't understand what you're doing, who are troubled with their own daily lives, who don't really understand this, and who you don't respect enough to make sure that it is understandable, because you think everyone's just like you. You think everyone can handle a computer, a Zoom link, a video live stream, understand a chat bar, email. You just don't get it. You should be funding your own raises. You should be funding your own savings. We did ours. We're having a rally on Tuesday the 11th. For those of you that are disagreeing with your union incorporating the 2018 agreement into all your contracts, including you cops. Because what Pat Lynch didn't tell you guys the other day is he incorporated the 2018 MLC agreement into your contract. You ratify that contract, what's going to happen is you're going to get your raises up to $130,000 with all your differentials. But he just committed you also to the city obligation of the MLC to save $600 million in recurring savings on an annual basis. And how did they do that? By forcing retiree health care into one single plan, Medicare Advantage, managed, privatized Medicare. That's what they're doing to us today. That's your future. Start paying attention and start listening, because this is coming to you right now. Your active worker plans go for negotiation starting next week. How much you want to bet eventually they're going to replace all of your 11 plans with 2. It'll probably be HIP HMO, and if I were to bet, it'd be Aetna. Pay attention, guys. You're being sold off because of an MLC deal. And unfortunately, the PBA abstains from all votes in the MLC because their position is, the PBA's position is that the MLC doesn't negotiate for them. But they just rolled the MLC agreement into your tentative agreement. Good night.